Hello and welcome again to 5 School of Motoring. This is another full test video of Dan's test, who passed his test on 21st of December, just before Christmas. Right, he's with the examiner now and he's about to move off. He passed his test with just 2 minor mistakes, so definitely was a good Christmas present for himself. And he's just gonna move off now. The test center is situated on the left hand side. I'm just saying this for those people who have not watched my previous videos. So the test will start from this road. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, he passed his test at Horsforth Test Center. Now after the zebra crossing, Dan is going to come to a roundabout. So at this roundabout, he's going to be taking first exit towards Harrogate. Now the speed limit on this road is 30 miles an hour, but as soon as he's getting to the roundabout, there is a speed limit change sign that says 40 miles an hour. Now ahead, this lane will split into 2, so Dan is staying in the left hand lane because he's following the road ahead. Now there is a set of traffic light ahead. That's where he's going to be taking a left turn. Now, as soon as Dan is taking this left turn, there is a sign on the left saying 30 miles an hour. So the speed limit on the new road will change back to 30 miles an hour. Now he'll be told to pull up on the left somewhere safe. And now examiner will tell him to move off when it's safe to do so. No, examiner will tell them to pull up on the left somewhere safe again. Now Dan will move off when he's ready. There is a T-junction ahead. This is where he'll be told to turn right. And now speed limit will change back to 40 miles an hour. At the end of the road, he'll be told to turn left. Now speed limit will change back to 30 miles an hour. Now at the set of traffic lights, he'll be told to go straight ahead. There is a pub on the left hand side. Sometimes the examiner can ask you to take that left turn, and behind the pub they will ask you to carry out bay park. Now soon Dan will enter into 50 miles an hour zone. After the long stretch of 50 miles an hour, now Dan will enter into 40 miles an hour. So the speed limit has changed just before this roundabout. We'll be following the road ahead to take the second exit. And now examiner will tell him to take the next road on the left. The speed limit on the new road is 20 miles an hour. There is a sign on the left and on the floor as well. There's a car reversing out of between the parked cars. Dan has done well to slow right down. Then you realise it's safe to go, so you checked mirrors and went round it. There's a crossroad ahead and it's give way. Dan will be told to turn left. Remember, the speed limit is still 20 miles an hour. Now there is a speed limit change sign which says 30 miles an hour. So the new speed limit is in force, which is 30 miles an hour. Now there is a national speed limit sign ahead, so because it's a single carriageway, the speed limit will be 60 miles an hour. Remember, it's the maximum speed limit, not your target. Now further ahead, speed limit will change to 30 miles an hour. Now there is a zebra crossing. After the zebra crossing there's a right turn coming up, and Dan will be told to take that right turn. Now I'll be told to take the next road on the left. There's a very clear sign on the floor saying 20 miles an hour, so the new road is 20 miles an hour. Now Dan will be told to pull up on the left just before the car in front. This is where he's going to carry out a reverse parking maneuver. Now he'll be parking next to the car and reverse behind it. An examiner will tell them to finish this maneuver within 2 cars length space, keeping the car reasonably close to the curb without hitting the curb. Now this seems to be very good. Now examiner will tell them to move off when it's safe to do so. Now further ahead, examiner will tell them to take the next road on the right. And then he'll be told to pull up on the left again just before the car in front. Examiner will normally tell you to go close to the car but leave enough room for yourself to move off. So it's just the test of your clutch control along with steering. Now at the end of the road, Dan will be turning left. It's end of 20 and start of 30 zone. Now there are cars parked on both sides of the road. Dan has done really well to stop here to let the oncoming traffic go, and then he's going to move off again. Now there's an ambulance coming ahead. Dan has steered a little bit too much to the left and he got very close to the curb. So he didn't hit the curb, but he got one minor mistake for that, for steering. The pedestrian crossing ahead is red. There is a junction on the left hand side. So it's quite a good decision to stop before the junction. Now there is another pedestrian crossing ahead. Soon after that, examiner will tell them to turn left. Now Dan is on low lane again. The test center is situated on the left hand side, so he's going to park pretty much where he started the test from. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate your comments and your feedback. Please do subscribe and let me know how I can improve my videos. Now further ahead on this road, examiner will tell them to pull up on the left and they'll tell them they've passed the test. Congratulations to Dan and wish you all the best who are willing to take their test very soon. Thank you very much again.